Mo Salah, one of the most dominant forwards of the last decade, a Liverpool legend, a man who helped the Reds win Premier League titles, break records, and terrorize defenses across Europe. But right now, everything feels uncertain. Hits and goals are still there, but so is tension off the pitch. Today, we're talking about why Salah's Anfield story might be close to its end and why MLS is suddenly in the conversation. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. Salah is a generational talent. Since joining Liverpool in 2017, he redefined what it means to be a winger in the Premier League, breaking records, scoring 20-plus goals for multiple seasons, winning individual accolades, and inspiring a generation of attackers. In the 2024-2025 season, he put up elite numbers, helping Liverpool lift the Premier League title and earning massive praise across Europe. At age 33, he's still elite, but football careers evolve, and sometimes that evolution leads to tension. Here's where it gets interesting. This season, Salah's situation at Liverpool has become complicated. After openly expressing frustration at being benched and hinting that he's been treated unfairly, public tension emerged between him and manager Arne Slot. He was dropped from the squad after voicing those frustrations, and sources claim the relationship with Slot has collapsed, sparking speculation about his future. Slot has publicly said he doesn't want Salah to leave, but the talks behind the scenes have been ongoing, and there's a sense his role under Slot isn't guaranteed every week. Slot is a different manager from what Salah was used to under Jurgen Klopp, more structured defensively with unique tactical demands. Critics have even called Liverpool's football boring at times under Slot, a sign that the style shift isn't universally loved. Salah by nature thrives in dynamic, vertical attacking systems. When you mix that with reduced minutes, frustration can fester, especially for a player of his status. You don't have to call it chaos, but when a world-class player feels underutilized or misunderstood, it naturally opens the door for speculation. Here's where MLS enters the conversation, and it's not random. With a growing interest and even reported approach from MLS clubs for Salah, the idea for him heading to the United States isn't just a fantasy anymore. MLS has been publicly courting him, with league officials outright suggesting he reach out to players like Messi and Muller to see what life in the States is like. And let's be honest, MLS isn't the retirement league it used to be. A player like Salah could still dominate, attract eyeballs globally, and bring real football quality to new audiences. But it's not just MLS. Saudi and Serie A clubs have also been mentioned as possible destinations if Salah's Liverpool chapter really closes. Now, let's get one thing straight. This conversation isn't about diminishing what Salah has done. He's one of Liverpool's greatest forwards ever, honestly, greatest players ever, a talisman, a record breaker, a legend for the ages. Fans will always remember his goals, his work ethic, his moments of sheer brilliance. Whether his future leads to Major League Soccer, the Saudi Pro League, or another European team, or maybe even staying at Anfield, his legacy is completely cemented. Football careers are chapters, and the Salah story at Liverpool may be approaching a new one. If a move to MLS happens, it won't be because he's finished. It'll be because he still has something elite to offer, and a stage like MLS could let that shine. We've seen what big stars coming to Major League Soccer can do for the league. We saw Messi come to Inter Miami in 2023, which caught the league by storm, put them on the global map in a different way than any other player has done in MLS history. And then in 2025, we saw Son Heung-min come to MLS and play for LAFC, which was another big move that helped the league globally and bring in a new audience to Major League Soccer that probably had never watched it before. So getting Mo Salah would be right on par with those two signings. Obviously, probably not as big as Messi, but he's arguably bigger than Son Heung-min and just right below Messi with a lot of quality and great years left to play. So I want to talk about 4 teams that I think could sign Mo Salah this coming summer if he decides to leave Liverpool after the 2026 World Cup. So let's start off with number 4. Number 4, I have the Chicago Fire. The Chicago Fire haven't won an MLS Cup since 1998, and they have been trying hard to get a big superstar player that can put the club on the global map. What other player could you sign besides, well, maybe Messi? But what other player would you want to sign besides like Mo Salah to help elevate your club to new heights? I think he would fit in very well with the club. Now they have Greg Berhalter, which he's very hit or miss. But I think a player like Mo Salah could change this club and bring in a complete new audience to Chicago. And I think he would thrive, and I think he would like living in Chicago. I think that he would help the club significantly. And I think that he would make them one of the most dangerous teams in Major League Soccer, one of the most fun teams to watch in Major League Soccer. And I think he could have an effect to get other players to come join him in Chicago and build a team like Inter Miami has done with Messi. I mean, he has a lot of friends. He's played at Liverpool since 2017. I'm sure there would be a lot of former teammates, even current teammates, who would want to play with Mo Salah wherever he goes. So I think Chicago would probably be my fourth choice, the most likely team to sign him in MLS. At number three, I have the LA Galaxy. The LA Galaxy are known for signing their big star players. They signed David Beckham. They've had Robbie Keane. They've had Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They're not foreign to signing big name players on the team, right? This is what they're known for. But the last couple of years, they've taken a new approach where they've signed lesser known, more talented players with a lot of potential. But a guy like Mo Salah, I think that they would go back to their original formula and sign a player who has that type of status. And I still think he has a lot of quality left, like we talked about. And could you imagine him playing for the LA Galaxy? I mean, it's the team that's been most successful in MLS. Getting a guy like Mo Salah would really help revitalize that team. They had a really bad year in 2025. There's a couple guys that they could move off of. Gabriel Peck plays on the right side, which is where Mo Salah typically plays, the right wing. They would probably sell him, open up that DP spot. Now, would Mo Salah go to LA? I think he would. I think he would love to live in Los Angeles. Why wouldn't he? That's like one of the best places to live if you're a celebrity, right? And especially being a football icon like himself. And it would be good for the rivalry because, like I said, Son Heung-min plays for LAFC. Could you imagine a El Trafico derby between Son Heung-min and Mo Salah? That would be absolutely incredible. So that would be an incredible landing spot for him to go to the Galaxy. We'll see if they can make it happen or if he would be interested. But I feel like that would definitely be top three. I didn't put LAFC on here because I don't think they want to sign. I mean, they probably would want to sign Mo Salah, but I think the league would want to spread the superstars out and not have them all on one team. So I think that he would be more likely to go to the Galaxy than LAFC. At number two, I have New York City FC. New York City FC is owned by City Football Group. They have crazy amounts of money. Now, City Football Group, when they first came to the league, really tried to help grow their brand with these recognizable players like David Villa, Frank Lampard, Andrea Pirlo. They really haven't done that since. They haven't signed a big global name since those three players in their inaugural season in 2015, but they have a new stadium being built. It's supposed to open in 2027. I think they're going to take an approach where they go back to signing players with big names. Mo Salah, we talked about him, the big name, top three biggest name, I think, in soccer, in my opinion. Bringing him to New York City, the Big Apple, biggest media market in the United States, would be incredible for the league, incredible for City Football Group. Though a part of me thinks that City Football Group would be a little jealous if Mo Salah played for New York City FC and never played for Manchester City, but that's just not going to happen. But that would be a great match, especially because they have a clean slate, and I think they could really build around him, and it would help build their brand up. City Football Group has a lot of belief in what New York City FC can become, and I think with Mo Salah, that could help them reach their goals, especially with a soccer-specific stadium in the five boroughs. Absolutely incredible. That would be my number two team. Number one would be Inter Miami. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not Inter Miami. It would actually be San Diego FC. San Diego FC is owned by an Egyptian billionaire named Mohamed Mansour. And I think there is a relationship between him and Mo Salah. At least they know each other. I think he's worth $3 or $4 billion. Very, very wealthy person who has shown that there is no limit to what he's willing to spend in for his team at San Diego FC. and they have a DP spot open, designated player, meaning they can pay whatever salary they want to this player. I think that there is a good chance with his relationship, he could be possibly able to convince Mo Salah to go to San Diego FC and be a part of his club that just started playing in Major League Soccer in 2025. Now, they do have a player named Anders Dreyer who plays the same position as Mo Salah, but I think they can make it work because these two players are so versatile. They're so talented that they could find a way to get both of them on the pitch, obviously. And you're not going to turn down Mo Salah because you have Anders Dreyer. That's just not going to happen. But I think because of Mohamed Mansour's relationship with his willingness to invest and make his team one of the best, I think San Diego FC would be the most likely team for Mo Salah, which might have a lot of you surprised because it's not the biggest market in America. It's not the biggest market in MLS. But I think with the ties, and it is a big market. So there's a lot of people in San Diego. I think it's a top 10 market in the country. There is a lot of positives about playing in San Diego FC. And I think that this would be the most likely landing spot for Mo Salah. And I think it has a lot to do with relationships. What do you guys think about my list? Do you agree or disagree with the four teams I think Mo Salah would be most likely to come to in Major League Soccer? Or do you think Mo Salah is destined to go to the Saudi Pro League, which a lot of people think just because of the culture, maybe the Arabic or the Muslim background, that he would be more likely to go there than the United States? I think he would still come to the United States. I think he definitely would come to Major League Soccer. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos.